Hey, how's it going, everyone? King Coda here. So before we get into today's video, just want to say shoutouts to the Onion Chan for winning the giveaway. He's going to be pulling on the Hutao banner, so we're waiting for that to come out before we do the giveaway wishes, and there'll be another giveaway coming out whenever I hit 2,000 subs. So if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Um, yeah, this is an account review that I filmed live whenever I was streaming. I'm gonna start streaming here on YouTube more often, so make sure you hit that bell so you know whenever I go live. And let's get right into it. So we're actually also gonna record this part for a YouTube video.
So, what you're trying to say is that you fell here from another world?
You right. You right. I made you There we go. Now, Aegis, are you free to play? You're still free to play. Ooh, okay. Let us take a look here. All right. Let's look at your characters. Oh yeah, you only have Ball. Okay. She's level 69. Nice. Got Cujo. Okay. What AR are you again? 42. Oh. Are you able to do the Spiral Abyss on your account? You've only cleared up to floor 6. Have you tried? Because that is interesting. So, of course, you have Ball. Let's look at... Okay, Prototype Star Glitter. Artifact set. You are just now getting close to whenever you can actually start farming this. I see you must have done a little bit of farming. That's actually really nice. Oh, that's really nice for Ball. That crit damage and energy recharge. You hit defense twice, it looks like. You've tried, but you're having trouble. Okay, I'll see if I can't help you out there then. Okay. So you got that energy recharge and crit damage. It did hit defense a little bit too much, but as a free-to-play, I wouldn't complain at all for that. That's actually really nice for Ball. And then you just got a flower. That's alright. Energy recharge here. Do you have attack percent here? No. Okay. In that case, it is on set. That is on set. You don't really have an option. Do you have an attack percent here? Yeah, actually, would you be okay with me leveling this up for one roll? Because with Ball, you don't want to invest too heavily into the electro damage. She's a special case where this is actually not beneficial. But if you actually level up an attack percent, you'll actually see an increase in your DPS. Would you be okay if I leveled up the attack percent? Just see what it rolls into. If it rolls into a crit, then I would say definitely like we should go all in on that. But if it doesn't, it is what it is. But just see what it gets at tier 8 for one roll. For one roll. For one roll. For one roll. Okay. Ugh. I don't know. I still think this is better for her right now, but let's see what everyone else has. But attack percent here is definitely what you want. If it had rolled a little bit better, we go ham on it, but I don't know.
Benny's adventure team.
7. 200% energy recharge though. Okay. Yeah. The only other suggestion I could say is, do we have a crit rate helmet here? Maybe we swap him onto this crit rate helmet because it also has higher crit damage. I would say doing that would be a lot better for you, and then leveling that up, because that'll give you another 30% crit rate. It's not that it's so much of a waste to get that, but Benny gets his ult at a fairly decent rate. It's 60. Now, if it was 80, then definitely you'd want to go for 200, but 60 is not all that hard to get, especially if you're using the Raiden Shogun in the team, to where I would rather focus on his damage capability on this rather than this. And also his elemental mastery too. That's very low elemental mastery when you can do a lot of good like melts, vaporize, that kind of stuff. I would personally put this on him. And then do you have any other gladiator pieces that are worth it? What does he have on him right now? That could be good. I don't want to just level up artifacts all willy-nilly, but I would level this up to see what it got. Because that could be a better way to go for him. And your goblet's fine. So really, just a flower. I'd swap out to this flower. And then you have the two-piece gladiators giving you more attack. And this headpiece will just wind up being better for you than that other headpiece. Because you're losing out on your crit damage, but you're getting more crit rate. Because you weren't critting before. You had 7% crit rate, but 100% crit damage, you know? So you could lose the 30% and get, 30% crit rate. That's how I would change on the Benny. You have her at C3, or C2. Wondrous Troop, this is a good set to run on your Zhangling. That's exactly what I would do. You do have a Noblesse piece too. If you get more of these, put these on your Bennett. Get a 4-set piece of Noblesse for your Bennett. Huge upgrade for him. So we got Zhangling. Zhangling also on the Emblem of Severed Fate. That's busted. I highly recommend putting her on those, but you have a great set on her for right now. This isn't too bad. It's got that crit rate and elemental mastery for you. Feather. Always level up the feather. Don't beat me with C18 Benny. Just don't do the final constellation on Benny. Always level up your feather. Like 100%, you're missing out on like 200 damage. 200 attack if you're not leveling up your feather. I'm gonna just equip her onto this one, because this one is leveled and this is not. But roll this. I'm gonna lock that for you. So you don't delete it on accident. That has pretty good crit rate, crit damage. But I'm gonna equip her on this. Weapons. What are you running on her? You got her on the Dragon Spine Spear. Interesting. Do you use her as a physical DPS? Also, what do we have on? Oh, yeah, Lines Roar. Do you use your Zhangling as a physical DPS? Because, I mean, that's fine. But not... I wouldn't do that in this team comp that you have her in with Raiden. She'd more be a full support, I think. And this needs to be leveled. These two need to be leveled. And I doubt you're using her as a DPS because you have that at 1. So, in that case... And that's fine at your AR. That's totally fine. So, in that case, what do we have? Oh, I see. Those aren't really gonna help you too much. Okay. Do you feed blue weapons into your other weapons when you level them up? Because you should, from chess, get a pole arm called the White Tassel. If you ever see that one, lock it. It's one of the best free-to-play pole arms in the game. It gives you crit rate and crit damage. Don't judge me on that. I just equipped the only 4-star I had. No, I see that. I see that. So, yeah, you don't really have a better option on her. I mean, you do. This would be a better option, but you can't do that. You need that on Raiden Shogun. So, yeah, that's totally fine. Just level up her talents for sure. Yeah, I understand, dude. I understand. Oh, hey! Alright, Kujosara with the Skyward Harp. That's one of the best weapons you can put on her. Okay. That's pretty good. Let's look at your... You should be having good crit rate. It's alright. That's not too bad. You went okay. Yeah. Try to pay attention to those blue weapons, especially being a free to play. Those are like essential to your level up, especially with Benny. Uh, one of the weapons I give him is the it looks like this, but it's white. I can't remember what it's called. Wayward Dawn or something like that. That's one of the best 3-star weapons. So if you get one of those, try and hold on to it. Oh, Cujo, you gave Cujo the better electro damage bonus. Huh. Oh, I guess to complete the sets. Worry about stats over sets until you are able to farm sets. Worry about the stats over the sets. Yeah, I can definitely tell Raiden's your main focus. She's the best built. But if the reason why she has this is because you wanted this set, always focus the stats first. For Cujo, you're doing a pretty good job based off of what you have. She's probably the most consistently built character. Do you have any constellations for her? Ah, sad. Sad. Her C2. Her C2 is very, very big, but that's alright. I recommend the Electro Traveler as a companion to the Raiden Shogun. And the reason is because the Electro Traveler has a bonus effect where she drops the electro resistance of enemies that are struck by her ultimate, and they both feed into each other's energy recharge. But I can see you don't really necessarily like the Traveler, and that's perfectly fine also. Sucrose is amazing, and I hope that you use her. Where is your elemental mastery? Okay, alright. We got a lot of that coming from this map of Mara. Do you have... No, map of Mara is going to be the best that you have for that, yeah. We got the 2-piece instructor. Oh, we got the 4-piece instructor. Nice, nice. That's great for her early game. She's still at C0. Makes sense. Yeah, I recommend working on Sucrose a little bit, just for a secondary team to use. If you don't use her, I just recommend it. Xingqiu. Now here's where you want like 200% energy recharge is on your Xingqiu. Which you're getting a lot from this. Of course, you don't have his best in slot weapon, but this is still a very good one to use. I actually like the Traveler, but I just don't have enough artifacts to build her as of now. Okay, I can totally see that. Honestly, my Traveler just has crap I threw on her, because the big things for her are how her talents synergize with Raiden Shogun. So I think you can still make her work, even if you don't have the artifacts to necessarily, like, fully build her. But you do have some stuff on her. You got Animo here, you could just swap over this Electro. And then you could give this Animo to Sucrose. And then you have attack percent here. I'm sure you got a crit rate or crit damage just laying around. Pretty sure we saw those. But I think you could get her working. Xingqiu, you got him on 2-piece Exile, 2-piece Berserkers. That's fine. Chongyun, I'm assuming you don't use him at all. I'm gonna just go out on a limb here. It looks like you don't. Oh, you have this, though. Okay. So, here's the thing. Beto looks ridiculous with this fish, right? And I would be tempted not to put this on her because it's a stupid fish. Put this on Beto and give Chongyun this. I'm not joking. That would work out really well. You do have actually some artifacts on him, but they look like they're just whatever. And you don't have his talents leveled at all. Beto, always max out her Q. Artifacts, Gladiator, 2 set piece. Really doesn't look like you're building her. She's at C0. And then we're going into the other characters that you don't really have built. So that is for the characters that you have built, my recommendations. I'm gonna quickly hop over to the Spiral Abyss on here. And I'm going to try clearing this floor for you, because you have 1 day left. I'm going to try seeing how, like, where you might be struggling. I'm also going to swap over to controller because I cannot handle mouse and keyboard. So I know you have your set team, and probably one of the big catches here is you're wanting to keep this for what you're clearing this floor with. That's probably one of the big holdups that you're getting. But instead, we're gonna just swap around. Pyro up top, Electro on bottom, right? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna instead do this. We're gonna put Zhengling, Bennett, Xingqiu, and Sucrose on that top floor. And we're gonna put Raiden, Kujusara, Chungyun, and Noelle here on this floor. No, not Noelle. Barbara. So I don't know. I don't know how much you keep the two, like that, your overworld team the same as your Spiral Abyss team, but oftentimes you have to break them up because your overworld teams are the characters that are built. So you have to put the characters that aren't built onto one of those other teams if you do it that way. So I'm going to clear this floor for you, and we'll see where the difficulties lie. Yeah, I can definitely see that. But the way that the Claymore users you have, Chungyun and Beto, can be used, they're more like swap-in supports, so you don't really have to auto-attack with them so much. Ah!
Illusion shattered.
It's one of the downsides of having a Barbrophal as shielder, is the constant freezing. So that one is 3-starred, and I'll try and get 3 stars on this floor just so we can see that it's doable, and then I'll let you do the rest, of course, yourself. Do that one. But also bear in mind that you need to level up the artifacts that you have. Usually Raiden dies for you on that part. Yeah. Barbara is a very good consistent healer, especially for early game. So I recommend using her. You don't even have to put all that much investment into her. She's still level 20 as... Like, I didn't level her up for you. But she's still putting in work. Always make sure also you focus out these annoying dudes. As soon as they start healing things at your current AR, you will most likely not be able to kill them. You might notice that with Zhengling, I'm actually doing a lot of dodges. This is to break your combo. It's basically a very try-hard thing to do, and not something that I would directly recommend. The main reason why I'm doing it is to only do the first few hits before I get end lag, because Zhengling does have end lag at the end of her combo. And I try and pop Bennett's ult before I pop anyone else's ult, so that way the ults get the attack bonus snapshotted into them, especially Zhengling's. And I'm not going to break the combo chain as much as I can with Raiden, because actually for every hit that you do in your ultimate, you're giving energy back to everyone else, and I'm trying to get as much energy as I can in order to get as many ults as I can. And it also will refill hers. Barbara is a little bit of a problem for this team, because she doesn't have any investment. She's not getting her ult back as fast, and she's not healing as much. So I might say to quickly build Barbara, just put some HP artifacts on her. Let's try that. And now you can see that whenever you swap from Barbara to another character, they get 48% more damage to them. And then she has no artifacts. Okay. And you now have a perfectly fine Barbara that will be a big help. And you can level up the flower and stuff. You can level these up if you want. I don't know how much you want to invest into Barbara. I just want her a little bit to survive. and to give me her ultimate. Let's retry that. Again, I don't want to use your resources too much for this review, so I don't want to level her like I would. But I'd probably put a little bit more investment into her. Until I had other characters that were built enough to survive on their own, you know. These little hilly turtles are actually the problem, surprisingly. More so than like these slimes.
I'll protect us.
Did we do it? 2-starred it. Okay. I mean, just a little bit of investment is all that you're missing from 3-starring it. So I'll go ahead and leave the account there. And then also really quickly, let me look. How are we doing? 760. Yeah. So you have artifacts. You have artifacts to definitely feed in that you've just been holding on to. Don't be too shy about leveling up the artifacts you have on your characters. Because, like, especially, like, your character like Zhang Ling and whatnot, I believe she had a +0. Yeah, she had this on her, right? Like, feel free to level these up, because even though they aren't the best, you get back 80% of this experience. And this is what you need in order to clear content, is stats on your characters. Like, Barbara gets a bad rap because the try-hard people that make content like me, we don't need healers because we have Zhongli and all that. You basically have a Zhongli that you don't have built, and her name is Noelle. Like Crafting was saying, she's a great character if you build her right. And by right, I mean run defense, which you do. Defense and defense. Yeah, that's it. And you can actually craft a greatsword for her called the White Blind, which is her best in slot. So I would recommend doing that. And you will basically have one of the strongest shields that you can get as a free to play. Diona's shield is better, but you don't have Diona, and Noelle is perfectly fine. So I would invest a little bit into Noelle. If you don't want to use Barbara. But if you want to invest in Barbara, she can probably out-compete Noelle as far as her healing. But yeah, if you had a shield, you would be able to do your dodge, charge, shot as Cujo. You'd be able to do that without so much worry because you would have the shield protecting you. So level up your artifacts first and foremost. Even though you don't have the perfect artifact on every character, level up what you have. You don't have to level up every character's artifact, but level them up a little bit, you know? And do you have the... Okay, so you have 2 of this. This is a great weapon if you're thinking about using Electro main character. This is pretty good for them. This is just a good one in general if you're looking for what to craft with that. This will be awesome on Zhang Ling, so do this. And then put the catch on Raiden, but do this for Zhang Ling. You could make the White Blind, or go and get the crafting recipe for the greatsword. Okay, so if you give Beto the fish, you can give Chung Yun this animus. And then Noelle will have the White Blind. That would be really good for her. Or you go and get the Inazuma craftable greatsword. Give that to Beto, because that's amazing on Beto. Then you give this animus to Chung Yun, and then you don't really care about what you're giving to Noelle. You could actually honestly give this to Noelle because it does have the defense percent. That's what I would recommend. That's about all I can say. Is what you're missing is your artifacts. That's honestly it. So yeah, that will do it for the account review. And that was quite a while. We got really hung up there in the spiral abyss trying to get that floor clear. So I'm going to end the stream here, and there will be more streams in the future. I'm going to try to get back into the motion of this, and I'd love to see what you can do with this account. Maybe we'll come back to it, review some other accounts from you guys, and yeah. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the future. Alright guys, so I hope you found that video entertaining, or maybe especially helpful if your account is in a similar position. Special thanks to Aegis over on the Discord for letting me borrow their account for this review. And if you need your account reviewed, come join me over on my streams. I'm trying to review an account for every stream, or just whenever anyone needs it. And with that, that's all I got to say, so have a nice day. Peace.